Hello, viewers. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live session of Ekam Yoga. So here we are again with a very, amazing personality with us. So I'm really excited for the session. Actually, I'm also excited about the topic that she has chosen. So it says how to take chill pill and not actual pill, right? So I think this is going to be the interesting session you're going to have today, and which can relate to us, most of us in today's time. So I'll start with her introduction. So Dr. Anjali Agarwal we are having today. So she says like no pain, no gain is the favorite word Dr. Anjali Agarwal uses as a base for life and in her daily practices. So she is a consultant, physiotherapist, and lifestyle consultant and practices at MB Care Clinics, Kontapur, and the Birthplace Hospitals and Clinics. Her lifestyle magic purple is posture, healthy eating, and movement in life. So, more about her, she is educated at one of the prestigious colleges and pursued her work and further specialities training with the NHS UK London. So, she has worked and trained in the UK, and at present, she's based out in Jaipur itself, in India itself. I'm so sorry. So she has been associated with the birthplace hospitals and has been widely been involved in prenatal and postnatal women's health. She was associated with the Continental and Apollo Cradle hospitals and looked after the prenatal and postnatal health too. She also runs LeMay's childbirth education classes and has been a great speaker at various international conferences. So, about her, she has involved with various healthcare community events like TEDx Hyderabad initiative of getting the first responder life-saving skill to communities. So here I welcome Dr. Anjali Agarwal to the live session of Ekam Yoga. So it is our pleasure to have you here, ma'am. So let's hear it from Dr. Anjali now.
Thank you, Elsia. It's a pleasure to be talking on behalf of Ekam Yoga today. And I thank the founders, Mr. Sampriti Sangvi and the Yogacharya Dharmaram. And today we'll be talking about a beautiful topic about how to take a chill pill and not actually worry about taking an actual pill, and how you can, distance yourself from taking anything which is formulated and come in a capsule. So I believe that we all are undergoing a lot of stress in our lives, and that could be induced with, the kind of lifestyle we're leading, the kind of food we are eating, and the kind of thoughts we are having in our mind. And if we look at the pills which look after us, are also covering those aspects of the life. If you're not having to lose weight, there's some kind of a pill being prescribed. Or if you're not having to feel mindful, there's some kind of a pill being prescribed again to think mindful and not worry about too much. And also, if you look at fitness and exercise, somebody is also recommending a lot of diet pills or kind of a pills to help you gain muscle mass. And everything is now coming in a bottle. How about the bottle of life, which is into us, our own hands, our own stomach, our own mind, our own heart? So the bottles of life, which I really talk about, is the plenty of organs which we have in our body. Like God blessed us with very beautiful, body, and everything around us is natural, and nature gives to us, which comes from the nature's which is well-being and health, and every kind of food which we get from our farm, every type of thoughts which we cultivate, and every kind of duties which we deliver, everything is imbibing us and helping us take a chill pill. So what I want to actually tell everyone is that in the race of life, we want to compete with our, next colleagues. We want to, climb Mount Everest, and we want to get good numbers in our classrooms. We want to excel in any kind of competitive exams and be the best as per our, output. But at the same time, when are we going to take a chill pill? That is to relax. And as the lockdown came into being, we realized the importance of actually taking rest at home, being at home, and doing things with our own hands and taking the pleasure of cooking food, and which is very healthy, and being mindful of our thoughts and be mindful of what we want to achieve in our life, right? So अगर हम देखें तो what is happening is we are panicking in this situation, we are fearful in this situation, and we have forgotten that one time we used to smile. Like smile is the biggest stress buster which God gave us, and we were all born with it natural, right? When you see a small baby, right, the baby is giggling, the first thing reaction for for your body is to just die off of all the stress. The natural beautiful hormones start flowing the moment you see a baby smiling or giggling or being very chirpy. The same thing when we sit near the balcony or in a garden and we hear the sound of the birds. Have you ever thought about listening to the sound of the birds, the beautiful sounds in the morning which you hear of a parrot or a sparrow or a pigeon early in the morning? It just fills your day, and the vacuum which is created by all which has gone out of our lives now. We feel that we're just glued to the screen now. Everything is so artificial now, everything. Now we are meeting people online, right? And we are always in that stress mode that I'm not able to meet my friend. I'm not able to go and hug my friend or not have a birthday party together. But when are we realizing that the pill of happiness, the pill to be chilled out is within us, within us and within our four walls of the house, within our own body. So when we talk about cooking food, right, when do we think that we cut our vegetables with the thought in mind that we're going to eat it to get good nutrition for our body? That's what I talk about being in a chill pill situation, right? When you're cooking a food, realize what nutrition would go into your food, right? And when we think about vitamin C or we think about taking calcium, why can't we think about the food and the nutrients which we can acquire from the food which we eat? We know that, calcium, like moringa leaves, the drumstick leaves which are growing right in our garden, which is a natural source of calcium, vitamin A, is all growing within our next door neighborhood, right? We pluck it up and we cook a vegetable, or we make a powder and we have a tea of it. So we are getting everything from nature. Mother Nature's given us everything, but we have become so fast in life, we don't take the hassle of plucking it, washing it, cooking it, and consuming it. So the channel of four things, which is cutting, chopping, consuming, and cooking, has gone out of our life. We want everything coming out of one box. You pop a pill and you feel happy, right? I've acquired my calcium. I've acquired my, vitamin C. But nature's given. Now, if I think about people who are walking on the road nowadays, are they getting that bottled pill? No, they're surviving the sun, the heat. But the best source for them to get immunity or being strong is those moringa leaves growing on the ground and going all around the highways. So they can easily get those little nutrition and food, which is just planted around our highways now. The thing which I usually talk about now is how many of us we think and sit down in leisure and eat our food. We say that we have 32 teeth, tooth in our mouth. But when we are watching Netflix, when we are watching a team meeting going on, we kind of gulp the food, like we get everything in a pot box, like pot Maggi noodles, a Ziploc bag of food, which you ready to eat meals. And we have got those smoothies when we just gulp it and drink it. The whole factor of your food getting churned in your mouth, the food going down to your gut and again being mixed with the digestive enzymes and then going into the digestive tract is very, very important for any human being or any kind of a mammal or animal for so matter. Have you seen a cow sit and graze the grass, eat the grass in leisure, and would take a rest in the sun and lie down for some time? These are the things which I think our ancient sciences always talked about. Eat in leisure, think mindfully, eat your food in a mindful manner. So nowadays, I see a lot of my patients and clients who come to the clinic. They would say that they have low muscle mass, and all they get is a box of protein shake. Drink it. You'll get big muscles. Go to the gym and exercise those muscles. But the simple formula is within our house: how you cook the food, how you eat that food, and how you assimilate that food. Those are the little things which we have to focus on. Aram se baith ke, you can sit in those Padmasanas. I am a big fan of sitting in Padmasana. Now, when I'm talking to you guys, I'm not sitting on a table and a chair. I'm sitting in a Padmasana pose and talking to you, because that's a very natural pose to keep your spine erect. And when you bend down to consume each bite of food, you're letting those organs of the body get a natural massage. So your abdominal muscles, your gut, your intestine, they get stimulated. And then the digestive juice, which are secreted because of that, it helps to kickstart the metabolism. That's why we see a lot of people taking pills for PCOD. We're taking people, women especially, they talk about not getting their natural periods at the proper timing. It's all about, we become very fast. We have stopped taking that chill pill. We only want that pill from the doctor. So many times people tell me, okay, doctor, I'm having a lot of pain. Give me some medicine right away. My pain should just come down. I will say, your body's natural response to pain is to go into spasm, right? Your muscle joints, any neck muscles. I slept in a wrong way and I got up all of a sudden. My muscle has a tendency to go into spasm. And that is a way which we say is is kind of a protective mechanism your body has given to you naturally. So I don't want to give you a pill and then take away that spasm which the body itself is trying to work and protect you. So I have seen a lot of studies and evidences have been there. If we give a muscle relaxant within the first 2 hours of somebody getting a muscle spasm, the pain would increase and would stay for a longer time period, because you've not let the body take control of your own protective mechanism. So when there is a pain, let your body take its own course of time, do some little bit of stretches and exercises, and then you can really control that pain and come back into being a natural being. The same thing, what happens is people talk about, not getting sleep in the night. They're getting all stressful thoughts at this time period, and many of them not able to sleep in luxury as of now, because as it is, we are so addicted to our television, so addicted to all kind of unnatural friends around our house, which are our technology and all. But right now, I would say technology is saving us, right? We're doing this meetup or doing this talk on a technology based. So technology has definitely helped us ward off all our miseries during the lockdown, and be as communicative and as collaborative at this time period. But what we have to really understand is that you need to let your mobile phones and technology stay away from your bedroom an hour and a half before you go to bed, because the kind of the blue UV rays which kind of filter out the blue light from the phone would actually arouse the pituitary gland in your brain cells, and that again keeps you awake, and that doesn't let you fall into sleep. And that's the time when we say the restful sleep pattern is also gone haywire. So again, when you don't sleep, you don't actually release good hormones, which are good in repair work of the body. And if you want big muscles, I usually tell people to sleep between 12 and 4. The night sleep is very important, because the repair work of the body happens at that time period. But what we want is, and when you don't sleep in the night, you're constipated, your sugars go up, your BP goes up, and then we go to the doctor, say, come on, give me a BP pill or antihypertensive drug, or my sugars have gone up, give me an anti-diabetic drug. And then we say, okay, my periods are not coming on natural timing, give me, to control something of the insulin. So what we have forgotten at Lifestyle Consultant, I usually talks about is whatever is there in your house, live with that, and be, enjoy each moment, enjoy, laugh it out. आप हंसना भूल गए हो, smile करना भूल गए हो, you've forgotten that the natural hormone which is released when you smile, you would kind of kickstart a series of smiling moments for other people too. So whenever you're talking now, I want all of you who are listening to me as of now also to smile and to be, like jovial at this moment. Another thing is, when we try to exercise, are we exercising to, like burst the fat, or, follow the fat diets, lose weight in 2 days and look slim and trim? And, you get those jaw muscles, which are like very attractive, and that's, beautiful framed face. But what you understand is when you smile, you are using all those muscles, and that's a good tone for your face muscles. And we talk about face yoga. All these are little things which you can, bring about in your lifestyle. And when you talk to think about what you're talking. We are talking very fast now. Come on, I have a meeting now. I have to get done with that meeting and have to go. But ever we say namaste, why when we join our hands in prayer and we talk about namaste, it is actually doing an acupressure for both of your hands, right? And when you talk and smile and greet people, it's a natural way to cultivate good, communication skills. At the same time, you're pausing for a moment to take a deep breath. So taking a chill pill is nothing big science. There's no big science around it. The only big science about is, अगर मैं ठीक से सो रही हूँ and मैं ठीक से खा रही हूँ and I'm consuming my food in a proper way, assimilating that food in a proper way, I think I will not end up having acid reflux. I'll not having issues. I'll not have digestive issues. My stomach would be good, and my arthritic pain would also be well balanced. So, and at the same time, what time you eat your food, मैं कब खाना खाती हूँ, okay? And there are people who now, because thanks to the lockdown, people were eating and sleeping and consuming food at the right time. I think that was the mother's nature's call on all the people I deal with every day, because there was an ad somewhere where it said, like 50% off, and you will get all kinds of donuts and, burgers in the night, 10 o'clock. And people will go and buy it at 10 o'clock in the night, earlier, before the lockdown. Now, when I say that those little, choices of life has gone out of our life because we are again in a curfew situation after 7 p.m., it's a blessing for us because we are not consuming the junk food. So when you consume, there's an attraction for eating all the junk food. And there's a lifestyle which has been created that you have to eat that junk food. Otherwise, like you'll have mood swings and you feel like panicked and you feel fearful, because there's something which gives you like lot of happiness, which is like a dessert or an ice cream. So once in a blue moon is okay. But if I can have that ice cream made at home, it can be more, calorie conscious ice cream I can make. The more beautiful way of eating a fruit based ice cream I can have, and not having any preservatives. So if no preservatives, our diet is good and we are not getting affected by any kind of things which has been added in the food. Another thing about the chill pill is, when we sit in 2 minutes, try to think what good you have in your life at this moment. Are we trying to practice gratitude? Are we able to thank God? Are we able to thank our parents, our friends, our family, our wives, our spouses, our children, everyone, our employer, our employee? No, we don't do that. We are in a rat race to acquire more. We are in a rat race to be the top, I think the time has come to understand that, and especially in a situation like this, our healthy lifestyle goal is the prime important thing. And taking a chill pill is, if you keep your thoughts in control, you're happy, you are active, you're enjoying, you're dancing, you're painting and following all kind of your passion. That's a very beautiful thing which we can always do for each one of us. When was the last time you thought that you followed a passion, whether it was dancing, whether it was painting? Because when you do something which you love, the beautiful hormone, which is the natural endorphins, which start flowing from your body, helps you ease your stress, ease your tension. For me, like, I love dancing. So whenever there is music, I just cannot stop stamping my feet and, moving my hands. That's natural for me. And that's what I do with my, clinic times also. Many of my patients, whether elderly or pregnant women, I bring in music and dancing. And that's a beautiful way you can actually, de-stress yourself and thinking, oh my God, what is going to happen? The reason why people at young age are having being undergoing a lot of stress and becoming diabetic is because they have stopped thinking what is valuable in their life. They think that they acquire everything in one day and they become like, I can have the best of the cars in my garage, but what is the best of the things which I happen to have in my body is my good sugar levels and everything. And remember one thing, body has the natural capacity to heal on its own. And if we not let the body heal on its own and we try to bombard it with artificial ingredients when you don't need it, there is an exception. I would also mention an exception. There are people who need to control their diabetes. There are people who need to control their blood pressure. People who need to manage their arthritic pain. For them, the pills are important part because maybe the quality of life would improve for them after having them. But for youngsters, I would say people who are in the age group of 20s or young teenagers and young children, people in 30 to 40 and 40 to 50, I don't think that we should get so dependent on the pill of the box. The pill of your box is happiness, gratitude. Okay, so all of you after my lecture, try to make a box for yourself. Put many, many chits inside that box. And one of the chits would have happiness as one of the pill. Second would be food. Third would be sleep. Fourth will be gratitude. Fifth will be thankfulness. Sixth will be dancing. Seventh will be doing some form of exercise. And eighth would be doing lot of water. Drink water. Okay, drink water, like a lot of water. 10th would be again to give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. Matlab, I am important. We have forgotten one thing, that is me. I am important too. If we are not putting love, care, tender, loving care to our body will react, right? And that's the time when we talk about that we need pills. We need to go to the hospital and get that pill box. Uh, I have had people young as 21, 22, they come, they have a box, filled with pill box. So they start their day morning 6 thyroid pill. Then at 8, they'll have this vitamin D. Then at 10 o'clock, the blood pressure pill. That at 10 o'clock, then again a PCOD pill. And then by 11 o'clock, they again have another diabetic pill. When do they sit and think about that their life is normal? I mean, like at the age around 20 to 30, if we are already drugged with so much of chemicals in the bodies and we don't know how to fight it out naturally and not to take a chill pill. Chill pill is just let go of whatever bad has happened or whatever bad is going to happen and stop. Competition is good for us to grow. So I'm often talking about disclaimer also that if we don't compete, then we won't even work hard. We need competition, but a healthy competition. I see a lot of young students who are going into IIT and JEs and all kind of medical exams. They come to me with a lot of back pain because they've been sitting in those coaching institutes for say morning 6 till night 9. And that is the time when they come to me in a very stressed out position. They might have a little bit of an, kind of a bias of not going and talking to a counselor for talking about the stress. But I often talk to them is if your body posture, if your eating patterns, if your sleeping patterns are not good, then I think that's a major thing. Major problem which happens to us is that we don't tend to understand is body will consume you of all the energy if you don't give the body enough of tender loving care. And that care is mainly decided by what you put in your body. If you put in 8 hours of sleep, at least 1 hour of meditation, and at least an hour of exercise, and plenty of like at least 8 glasses of water, minimum 8 glasses of water, 1 hour of gratitude and mindfulness, I think our body actually rejuvenates and revives on its own. And how will you actually decide? There's a stressful moment for all of you at this time, and there's a tiger coming behind you and it's running after you, right? There's a big tree right in front of you and you don't know how to climb that tree, right? There's a big pond right in front of you. So there are two situations. Either you climb the tree by all means and save yourself from the tiger, but the tiger can again climb on the tree. And there's a pond and you might fall into the pond and you don't know swimming. So in all terms, you feel that there is stress all the time, whether the tiger comes and attacks you, whether you fall in the pond, or whether you climb the tree. So at this moment, what will help you fight this kind of a flight and fight syndrome is trying to not get consumed by that fear and panic, right? And get consumed by that stressful moment. We need to understand that we have the power in us to excel in all situations. So let me talk about this beautiful story of one of my very good friend. And he stays in US, Seattle, and works for one of the best companies in the world. One of the best, I would say one of the good companies in the world. So I happened to he would have gone to one of the mountaineering projects to do skiing last 2019 August, okay, when the mountains were open for him to ski. So he went there. While skiing down, he kind of fell down the cliff and landed up into a forest, okay? And this is a real life situation. He's my very good friend. It almost revives you a movie if you've seen the movie 127 Hours. Watch, everyone, and you can know how to survive in those times and what kind of thought one needs. Your basic goal is survival of the fittest at that time. So this person was locked up in this forest area, and he didn't have any kind of connectivity on his phone. Neither did he have any kind of gadgets to help him come out of that forest. And he had broken his leg, okay? He had fractured his leg. So you can imagine the kind of emotional trauma he would have undergone at that time. But he had no way to contact people, and there was no way he could signal anyone. What he could do is he just saw the stars in the sky, and he could evaluate that where he was at the time somehow. And he started, galloping the sun. He started kind of crawling on the ground with that broken ankle joint of his. He kind of crawled without food, and he ate whatever was there available in that forest. He ate the trees, he ate the flowers, he ate the plants, and wherever he got the streams, he took the snow, he melted the snow and drank that water. And finally, he reached a destination where he could sight some kind of a human life or some kind of people there. He started waving there. And after 7 days being trapped in that forest, he was rescued. So he was taken to the hospital in Seattle, and in a very, very debilitating condition. And he survived with a spinal cord injury, being there admitted in the hospital for 3 months. And he revived. He was not knowing how to walk. But similarly, he did his rehab along with the physiotherapist and started to walk again, a new life. So he's like a good motivator for us at this time. And he says, if you don't take a chill pill at that moment, you would have drowned in your own thoughts of worry, fear, and panic. We have to understand that there are situations which we need to tide over with our thoughts, with our mental strength, with our mental well-being. At the same time, the food which you eat will help you think well. The kind of exercise which you put in your body will help you. So what he told me is that he kept on singing a song all throughout the process. He kept on murmuring some beautiful songs and kept on singing a beautiful song which would motivate him and let him not give up. So our goal in life is to just relax and just give your life a bit of a chance to evolve on its own. It's a beautiful life, and we need to all understand that we need to give life a chance to not betray us, but we need to take control of our life. No, the life is taking control of us. The diseases are taking control of us. But if if you give your mind and your body a bit of a relaxed chill pill, I think we can stay away from all the actual pills at a very young age. And eat well, sleep well, motivate people, dance more, love often, and keep working out. Work to your capacity. It's not a competitive world. I've seen people running big marathons, and they kind of always talk about my personal best. Or when they're doing yogic asanas, they're talking about my personal best. I can do this yoga asana. It is not about you and her, it's about me. And I and me, my body knows what it can do, what it can't do. And I need to understand my limitations. I need to set a blanket of air around myself and be comfortable in it. I know we need challenges. I need to challenge my body, but not challenge yourself with somebody. Yeah. That again will put you in a competitive spirit, and then your hormones like adrenaline rises up, again your insulin shift, and again your BP and your blood pressure all comes back into going elevated. Eat well so that whenever you are hungry, and eat well in a way that you're not eating for 2 3 people, you're eating as much as your tummy can allow. Okay, so pehle ke zamane mein, like in olden days, people used to work hard. They used to go hunt for their food. They used to climb the mountain. They used to cut the vegetable, bring it, get the firewood, put it on the flame, and they cook the food and they eat it. But now what we have everything being delivered to our house in a packet. We just have to open the packing, or if at all, it's all packaged food which we are getting, like ready to eat food. Everything has been cooked outside. We just have to gobble the food. That also we don't have time. We sit in front of the television, we just munch it in 2 seconds. You need to kind of do this mastification, which is like chewing the food, at least like count of 22 times, which I talk about. आपको इतने बार चबाना है कि the food gets bitten into small pieces. There's a salivary enzyme which gets mixed up with the food, goes down to your digestive gut, mixes up with the digestive enzymes, and then goes down your digestive tract to be healthy. And then the nutrition absorption is fantastic. When you don't eat the food in this manner, your food is out of nutrients. I say, okay, my food is not having nutrition. This is the reason, because we're not eating well, we're not eating mindfully. And try to eat the food and get a good night's sleep. That will help your food to be used by the body, and you'll be fine. I think the simple goal of life is live life and don't let competition rule your life. Okay, competition is good to work hard and to make you strive for the best, but always in the competition to strive for the best, we tend to lose the focus on me, myself, my tender loving care, and my heart and my body and my soul. So keep your mind in peace, keep your body at rest, and exercise to keep fit, and eat to be happy, and dance and move and do yoga and do any kind of exercises to be more happy and more jovial. So happiness ka ek hi pill hai. Spread happiness, spread warmth, spread love to everybody. Reciprocation is you get love in plenty too. So kuch log aise hote hain, like there are people who feel like I will not give, I'll just take. You know, that is again another thing which I talk about. The chill pill is when you give without like unconditionally, you get love unconditionally too. So try to help people, try to be kind. That again brings a lot of beautiful hormones in your body. Me, myself, I am the best is not the key thing. We are all in this together. We all are a team, and we are all human beings dependent on each other. We are dependent on farm. Farm is dependent on somebody. Animal is dependent on somebody. We are all in a symbiotic relationship, a collaborative relationship. We are not parasites, right? When we are parasites, we try to consume a lot. And that's what this virus is also doing, right? We need to understand that our focus has to be assimilation of food, collaboration of people, and giving unconditionally. All right. I think now I'm open to take some questions.
Okay. So thank you so much for such beautiful words, ma'am. It's really great to learn things which can de-stress us. So is there any particular diet plan or anything in such a era when we are having so much of stress, either due to workload or through any of the pressures that we are facing in our life? So is there any natural food that we can include in our lives, rather than taking pills to de-stress us?
Yeah. So if the natural food, if if you're not getting a good night's sleep, I talk about, take a ripe banana, cut it into pieces. You can kind of boil it in hot water and then mix it with bit of milk and have it like a warm drink. That's a natural sleep enhancer because banana has got a hormone, it's got a chemical compound which is called tryptophan. And tryptophan is supposed to be a natural sleep inducing medicine of the body. Another thing which you can eat at this time is you got all natural herbs in your kitchen. Turmeric, which has curcumin, right? Tulsi, they all have beautiful, curcumin has a enzyme which helps your body's immune system to go well. And Tulsi has got beautiful adaptogens, which is again a stress relieving stuff in the Tulsi. The Tulsi leaf itself is very, very good for our health. Nowadays, we talk about a lot of good fruits and vegetables where you can take pineapple, which is a natural painkiller. Believe me or not, a lot of people come to me with a lot of knee pain, and after a accident or a fall or a sports injury or a ligamentous injury, I usually tell them that drink half glass of pineapple juice, because pineapple has got an enzyme called brominase, which is again anti-inflammatory, and it's very good for your sinuses. People who suffer from any sinus infection, bromelain helps to ease out and liquidify the mucus stuck in your nose and your throat and your chest. So all lot of things are grown in your farm, in your kitchen. It's very good and healthy for you without taking a pill, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really great. So, and then you were talking about the students, like, who study from like, early morning 9 to 7 or 8. And there are some, students who do study, go for like late night studies. They don't have proper sleep time and they do not eat up their food well. They are so into the competition that they want to crack the exams and all. So, what, diet you would prefer, though they have to study hard, they do have to spend like 14, 15 hours of study in their daytime. So how they can get into a lifestyle that they can also go for the study thing and also manage a good life?
Yeah. So especially students who are studying for a long time, right? They have to be awake and keep their mind active. A lot of myths which are now going is like people have gone devoid of the carbohydrate diet. People have been told that don't eat any carbs. And remember the two things: when your brain has to function, you need the immediate energy releases from the carbohydrates. So if not the simple carbs, you can have a complex carbohydrate. So milk based ragi, ragi, if you have heard of ragi, is a millet. It's again a good source of calcium, and it's very good for keeping your satiety or your hunger pangs down. At the same time, they can consume eggs, which is again a full portion of an egg, including the yolk, because you need the fat, and include some basic ghee, rice, and dal. A simple ghee, rice, and a dal is a good food which is healthy enough to keep the students to be more active. Eggs can be consumed, and they can have a lot of fruits, vegetables in their diet, and calcium rich vitamin D is a very important thing which they should be including in their diet programs, because when they're indoors and they're not going out and getting absorption of vitamin D through the sun god, we need to ask them to supplement themselves with the vitamin D. Not many foods in our country, in India, are fortified with vitamin D, which is there in other countries where the milk already has a vitamin D fortified, or any kinds of protein bars also fortified. But here we have to talk about students having to take a vitamin D supplement to keep their bones strong, because if their bones are strong, their hormone functions are also strong, dependent on vitamin D, which helps them to have a good night's sleep. Because many of the students talk about a lot of back pains because they're sitting through the day, studying from long hours, and competitive exams and all are very stressful for them. So vitamin D, calcium, they should try to take from all the food and the diet products, which could be they can include tofu or soya bean, even they can have a lot of ragi, which is a natural source of calcium, and there's a lot of natural sources of calcium which you can take from the food basically. But I usually talk about this vitamin D supplement which they need to take, and they can use til laddu. Til ka jo laddu pehle ke zamane mein, like winter season, your mothers and your grandmothers we used to make it. It's again, our Indian system of life was very healthy and was more equipped with the weather conditions. Like winter came, we made it till laddu because you need assimilation of more calcium, vitamin D, sun going down, so your bones would be strong and will keep your joints mobile and functional. So I think they should try to eat a lot of dry fruits also, because that's again keeps their brain very active and very sharp. And tulsi, they should have a tulsi water every day because that will keep their stress hormones very much in control also. Yeah.
Alright. So this was all for all those who are, in this competitive world trying to crack all those exams. So you can take the tips from Dr. Anjali regarding the same, right? So, question for all those like who are suffering from diabetes, like they are also, some of them are taking those natural insulin as well. So along with the pills. So how useful is it, like if they can decrease the amount of medicines they are having if they are taking the natural insulin? So how this is effective to them?
Mm. What I say is, like, diabetes is now more of a lifestyle disease, right? We have invented this disease ourselves. Our body has invented it because of the lifestyle which we are leading or living. So there's two types of diabetes: type 1 and type 2, right? Type 1 is like the early onset, which people in the early, like small children, can also get it. So in those cases, those people are definitely dependent on insulin, which we cannot reverse it. But type 2, which youngsters now are getting, earlier in the late 60s and 70s, people would get old age related diabetes because their pancreas would not function so well because of the old age. But now all the youngsters in the age group of, like, say 20, 30 and 40 are getting this type 2 diabetes, where it is, I say, it is reversible, right? We can reverse it through a lot of diet, exercise, and a lot of our taking a chill pill in life, basically not running for a lot of things unintentionally. Basically, intention of running behind goals have to be prioritized. You basically prioritize your life in a way that you meet your goals in a day, and those are not like the very important and the glorious goals to meet. Don't have everything wrapped up in one day. We can wrap up at least one goal a day. That's a good priority goal to set up for ourselves, because otherwise we set our body into a flight syndrome, and that actually causes more anxiety and more insulin resistant related like adrenaline rush and all. So eating the right food, consuming the food in moderation, eating from your own dibba. I talk about, take your food. If you're going to office, take your lunch box which you cook at home, right? Don't eat it out of a dibba which is from outside. A lot of people would like, okay, oh my god, my going out and eating a burger or a chips is stopped. Eat it out. I would say neither fast, neither feast. You don't have to fast, neither feast. So you don't have to just not go without food, and don't keep hogging a lot of food. Eat out of a small box or a dibba which you cook at home. You know what has gone into that box, because a lot of chemicals being put in a food which is being sent out to you to preserve that quality of food. You never know what might trigger that diabetes for you. Exercise and keep moving. What has happened is, now when we're stuck on the computers, we'll be sitting for day long. There's no mobility in our bodies. And as I said, when you sit down and eat your food, right, then again it massages the pancreas and the organs. So Basically, the pill of diabetes is within you, and we can reverse it if you eat the right food, right timing, right sleep timings.
So
Yeah,
it's all in us, like how we take the lifestyle
yeah,
and
it's
how
up to
we
us.
go
Yeah,
for
it's
the.
up to us. Yeah.
Okay. So there are few many questions, but I'm just gonna pick one out of it, right? So, for all those who are working out and all those who are going for heavy workout, right? Maybe for yoga asanas, the typical ones, or maybe some heavy workouts, and maybe day-to-day pain that they are having in their body, knee pains or shoulder pain, back pain, any pain. So, is there any natural ingredient which is there in our kitchen so that we can use it, and can use it in our food diet to get
Uh,
out of this pain?
they can have this turmeric milk, or we say the golden latte. ओके, वेरी फैशनेबल वर्ड आई एम सेइंग. सो अपने घर के अंदर एक टर्मरिक रहती है जो पिल हम सब्जी दाल इन वी पुट इन एवरीथिंग, राइट? Take a pinch of it. You can put with little bit of pepper also and mix it up, right? When you mix it up and have it with a warm glass of milk, is again another good way of helping you calm your pain hormones, and your pain receptivity also increases, and it takes care of the joint also. And many, I've also talked about the pineapple juice. Again, people who have a lot of arthritic pains, especially in the knee joints, can take pineapple juice, which is fresh pineapple juice, not from that packet. That doesn't really help. So when you take a pineapple piece and you eat it, that's one thing. Or you can take it and make a smoothie of it and drink it. That's again having a beautiful way to help you deal with anti-inflammation, like deal with inflammation. Yeah.
So these were the questions from my end. I think I was being relevant to the viewers or those who want to have questions with you as well. So any tips, Dr. Anjali, that you would like to drop down to our viewers? Just last few lines from you.
Yeah. So I always also want to pinpoint about yoga and yoga asanas. It's very important that one has to undergo a thorough assessment through a qualified physiotherapist before they embark in any form of exercise in yogas, because not every body is meant to do yoga and some bodies are meant to do yoga. I talk it out like very much important disclaimer, which I really mention in all my talks, because I see a lot of yogic related injuries coming to me. Right, they did a headstand and they get a pain in the neck, and there's a lot of discal pressure, and they might just be like bedridden for a month, or they might have an ankle injury. The ankle just twist during an asanas, or for women, especially if they are pregnant and post natal, you need to be assessed by a qualified physio who understands what kind of exercise your body needs or doesn't need at that time. Especially, there are some bodies which are very flexible and hypermobile. For those kind of bodies, I recommend that you need to get assessed by a qualified physio who understands how your muscles are behaving, how your ligaments are behaving, so that we can save everybody from all kinds of unnecessary injuries also. Another tip I want to tell is exercise 150 minutes in a week, which we talk about. Exercise for your heart, exercise for your joints, exercise for your muscles, exercise for your mind, and exercise to stay happy also. So don't get it in the groove of competition, so that you kill the natural smile and glow of your skin. Because I've seen people are running for hours together and they think that by doing so they're trying to lose weight or trying to meet a competition or something. Exercise in moderation so that your natural hormones remain calm. And especially for women who are trying to run for longer hours or doing any sessions for long hours, you have to understand there are certain hormones which dominate a woman than a man. So we don't want the male hormones to rise up for a woman if she's exercising like in excess for a certain time period. So these are basic goals which I would want people to follow.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for providing such great tips to us. Thank you for imparting such great knowledge to our viewers as well. I hope like all of you must have enjoyed the session, and I hope you have like loved the tips which has been thrown by Dr. Anjali. So it was great to have all of you and also Dr. Anjali on our platform, which has been given by Ekam Yoga to us. That's how we got connected through Ekam Yoga and to all the viewers, and that's how we are over here. So thank you all of you. So stay connected, stay with Ekam Yoga. We'll be coming back to you with more live sessions like this.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
Thank
you. Bye
you.
bye. Take
Bye.
care. Stay safe.
Bye.